everyone, this is my beautiful wife.
My beautiful wife.
And let's eat.
Yay. How do we take it?
I don't know, like this, I guess.
Okay, or like this.
What?
I
Okay,
dropped
I
it.
did. I'm going to Philippines now, I guess.
You gonna what?
To Philippines now because they eat with the.
I'm like, are we?
No, it's not. It's
I was like, that was a great idea. I would love to go to Philippines now.
beautiful poutine. Yeah. Right?
Yummy.
Totally taste of poutine.
Close. It is not
It's
potato.
not potato.
Jicama is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Keto style poutine, but it's not potato.
No, it's not potato. But
No, honestly,
regardless, honestly, I can tell you it's
I
very
adore
close.
jicama. In this way.
Mm-hmm.
Adore it.
Mm.
It is so good.
Wonderful.
And you know how much we love our food.
Oh, yeah. People asked us which, in our personal life actually the most,
Oh.
which of the countries we prefer the most. And it's a very tricky question, you know what I mean? Countries are so big that we visited, that and so many experiences that it's hard to say pinpoint. But there is definitely there is a preference to something. Let's say like food.
Yeah, because every country is so versatile with culture, with history, with everything, with nature, with food. It's hard to choose because they're all so different. It's so hard to compare them.
Oh yeah. So let's start with food. I think food is the easiest answer out of all of the other answers. So the food is definitely ta-da!
Taiwan!
Oh yeah, we love Taiwanese food.
And again, we love Vietnamese food, we love Filipino food, we love food in general. But there's a huge reason why Taiwan definitely won this category.
It's the world foodie destination as well as art destination. We didn't expect it. But we enjoyed the art so much in Taiwan.
It was beautiful. Very interesting.
You forgot about it. Yeah, this is perfect
I did not forget.
keto. This is perfect keto
Snacking?
snack or appetizer, or it's very fancy to bring with you to potluck if you need something to eat. So this one is a really good, very simple.
I'm becoming clumsier.
You're sitting too close to me.
Yeah, maybe. I took it with the fork, I dropped it, then it's like, it's appetizer. Just eat it with your hand, Regina. I know you have that smart inner voice that's sometimes like,
Smart as.
really? What are you doing?
Yeah. So food-wise, we loved Vietnamese food and last Filipino food. We loved Hong Kong food, but in
Definitely.
Taiwan, it's hot pot. How is it? Hot pot. How is it? Like immersion of different places from China, and you can meet from
Fusion.
fusion here.
The hot pot.
Yeah, like yeah. There is another word that I'm trying to
I'm
find.
sure there is, but
Yeah.
I'm like hot pot.
No,
That sounds
it's
good
like
too.
a different.
I don't mind doing hot pot too.
No. But there is from all the places in China. In China, there is no one Chinese style of food. There is Cantonese. There is spicy that I forgot. Obviously, the place of spicy part of China.
Sichuan?
Sichuan. Yeah. Thank you, honey.
It's because I'm sitting too close to you.
Yeah. So there you can find everything.
The variety was so amazing. We couldn't even remotely try everything we wanted to. We
So
felt
that's why we're thinking to get back there this year.
we definitely didn't try enough.
So that's the one.
And they have night markets, which for us, it's a big deal. We love our night markets. You know, we have a night market about, you've been there with us, about an hour from our home, driving.
It's the biggest night market in North America.
In Richmond, BC. But
And it's very much influenced by Chinese, but by Taiwanese night markets.
Totally.
Even the foods and the varieties and I think that they bring in Taiwanese night market very much reminiscent to this. Just the half price thing very works for me.
yes, I was going to say here, it's so overwhelmingly overpriced, and then you have to pay entrance fee per person.
It's not a lot, but still.
Well, climbs up there. How was it, for something last year? 425?
425 something per person.
And then you spend tons of money
Yeah.
to buy food. It's kind of weird, but in Taiwan, it's all bigger, greater,
Shinier.
more shinier.
And,
And it's cool because it's in Asia.
it's cool that it's in Asia, and it's very, very cool the culture around the food. You see, like on weekends, we lived in this area that a lot of small shops, small food stalls, and etc. in the area. And you see in the morning, like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., you see all those older couples, younger couples, just friends, young family, like, you know, 2-3 generations just going, like walking, not sitting, walking around and eating from stall to stall to stall. And we love this idea of, you know, you grab something, you walk until you see something next. Maybe it's not the healthiest way of eating, but that's how the culture works there, and we absolutely love it.
And you know, the portion size are not humongous, so you can try this and try that and try that.
But it's good for the price. I mean,
It's good for the price.
it's fair. So you try, you know, you don't need to set on one meal. You can try, you know, piece and bits from different stalls, right?
Because here the price is not fair.
No. So that's.
The prosciutto.
Right? Yeah, you need to add a little bit of. So that's that. What else I can tell you interesting? In Vietnam, the culture is of food is interesting. Is as well, people eat a lot out. They start their morning a lot of them out, especially in Hanoi. You can see 5 a.m. people will sit actually on those little stools and eat.
Okay. Little kid stools, plastic ones. Seriously, I sat on them and like, wow, you know, you have to really make sure you position your weight well.
Yeah, for me it was disaster, but oh well, we did it. You sit on the
We
stool.
did it.
They still they sit on the stool and they just eat in the morning 5 a.m. very fast. Men, women,
Fall.
the pho usually, not always, but there's another few soups that they eat. But pho is the main breakfast soup, which is interesting. And if you get pho for lunch, everyone looks at you like they don't. That use that. Those Westerners are crazy people.
Yeah, that's what
But yeah,
we did cooking class with this amazing lady. And then she says, "Oh, you Westerners."
you Westerners. It was cool.
That is us, apparently.
So hi if you're watching.
Hi.
Yeah, and it's like the culture is very interesting. And a lot of communal foods. And funny enough, I asked one of our, the lady that took us for food tour. I ask if how you eat. So usually the dinner actually they try to eat it at home with the family, and you know the woman like the mother of the family probably will cook.
Yeah,
Because-
the tour that we did was in the evening, and she wouldn't eat a lot with us.
Yeah.
A few little bites because she said her mom is making
Waiting
dinner,
and-
so she's
and-
waiting for her.
Yeah, and she's like very not appreciative if she's not eating. You can guess it.
Almost like a Jewish mom. You have to feed your babies,
Oh yeah, for sure. Aww.
and everybody else should
Beautiful.
explode.
Yeah, into video babies. That's that. In Philippines, people eat a lot out. I found it's not like a lot for breakfast. We saw a lot of people come for lunch and for dinner. And the thing is that we were there, especially in Manila, around the holidays. So I'm not sure the people. This is the culture all the time. But what we see from the holidays standpoint of view, a lot of people eat out, and you see a lot of restaurants that will full of people for breakfast and
Lots of
Yeah.
lechon places,
oh yes,
and I'm so appreciative
oh, it's free.
that they give you little gloves,
To eat
clear
it.
plastic gloves, so you can eat with them lechon. Because washing hands after this, and it's so
Oh my
cool.
God.
You know, eating with your hands, it's brilliant. And then the little rice, right? You eat it with
Oh.
your hands. I love to eat with my hands. Honestly, I do.
Yeah, you didn't see this part of our traveling, but it's going to go up and
Eventually.
around now here
Somewhere here.
on this channel. So I'm alternating in between travel videos and mukbangs.
And the fruits, though. Starting
Yeah.
in Taiwan, because we ended up next to this market, which you mentioned before, obviously.
And we are thinking to take the same hotel just because of the area that we stayed in.
OMG, the area was amazing. Tip number one: stay close to the metro. Otherwise, good luck. You'll
And
be
the
walking
bigger the
forever.
station,
The better.
the better. Because even though we stayed right next to it and we had entry like 30 meters from our entry to the hotel, still underground we had to walk, I don't know.
It's a huge central station, so I think all the lines go through there.
Yeah.
So I was like, if you stay closer to the smaller one, you don't walk
Yeah.
as much underground. But
Not
honestly,
true.
no,
Not
it's
true.
not true. It's true. You're right. We
The-
walked a lot
A
underground.
lot underground. It depends where you're coming
Where's the
inside.
connection? Wow. Because there's so many entrances and you're like lost. And you try to figure out where you are. So bring phone,
Oh, yeah.
unlocked phone. I don't know if they're all unlocked now. In Canada they are. I'm sure US as well. I'm not sure. How about Europe? I don't know. Unlocked phone, buy a local SIM card, and use your GPS because
Use your
otherwise you'll
GPS.
never figure out where you are.
Use your GPS and use your information and Google Maps, and otherwise it's hard. Like with Google Maps, it was pretty okay.
It was okay.
Sometimes we lost some restaurant and we weren't sure on what corner it is,
And
and
what-
sometimes it's
Or
like
we just go in the wrong entrance to the inside metro, or we get out from metro to the
Usually
wrong
it's
thing,
get out.
and then we end up cruising until we,
it's like on
find
the
our way.
other side of
Well.
the road, like I don't know, 500 meters down the road. It's happened to us numerous times, but this is the part of
it's part of the adventure.
20 kilometers per day.
Anyway, went sidetrack, obviously, as usual. But the area, and in the evening, you have all this little stalls somehow out of
Rolling
nowhere,
out.
rolling out, popping out, and they open this locked areas, and suddenly you have this amazing dumplings they're making on a spot. It's amazing. And then they had the little fruit market. Oh, the best fruit. Those
Yeah.
Asian apples.
Yes.
I'm not sure. They probably have a name.
Like they look like
They
pear.
look
They
like-
definitely have the name, and someone wrote the name under our.
And good luck. Seriously, I can't keep track of all these names. I get lost.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many times you tell it to me. It gets lost. But it definitely looks like pear, but it's firmer texture, but it bruises so easily, so you can't get them
It's
in
like
here.
apple.
It tastes,
It tastes like apple, though.
it tastes better than apple, because the skin is softer,
Yeah.
and the texture is more spongy. Oh, they're so good.
Good, good. Passion fruit.
Dragon fruit. Now I love dragon fruit. You hit and miss,
Sometimes
hit and miss. The white ones I think you like more.
No.
No, you like the purple more.
the
The other one. The other
But-
one.
Yeah. So yeah, the whole experience of the food, even though I will tell again that Philippines is definitely underrated food. The thing is the variety. There is few things that in Philippines they make it perfect, like pork lechon, like some soups. I think it's one of the underrated
leche flan.
things. Leche flan, like perfect, just perfect.
There are a lot of great foods.
But it's not the variety and the culture around it. It's like less of the food I found.
And you can't really find a lot of. It's not easy to find variety, right? Because
yeah, this is the variety thing point of view. In Vietnam, I found there is a lot of variety, but it's different from north to south, and I found that the southern you go, that the tastier food gets. It's not that there is no tasty food in the north. There is a lot of tasty food and different foods, but somehow the flavors are more familiar and somehow stronger on the south. On the north, it's mostly celebrating of the ingredients, and you can flavor all the freshness and more of this part. So this is different, what we found. And we found that each area has their own specialty, and each area will eat only their own specialty. Very hard to find something that you really love, like from the north, to find in the middle, or it will be different. Maybe it will call the same, but it will be different.
And another thing in Vietnam, they don't eat as many fruits as
No,
we do.
not at all.
So they do have great fruit that you can buy, but it seems like it's more tailored to us than to locals. They don't seem to eat lots of fruits, and we ask that, and it's true, they don't.
Vietnam was shocking, like cultural shock for me. Yeah, it's one of the things that
They're fruits, right?
Not the fruits, how they address the fruits. In my mind, if you have some resource and the country in general is poor, the resource will be used. Okay, like it's in my mind. This is what the history teaches us. This is how human survival teaches us. That's what we learn from my second immigration. If there is a resource, the resource will be used by someone at least, or by most people. So, and here I come for my shock, like deep shock. I was talking about this all the time, and I'm not sure that I convey it in my videos, but it was.
Yeah, we're like, fruits? Don't you eat fruits? Like, and they can grow anywhere. Like, the climate is amazing for the fruits, and they don't eat a lot of fruits.
And
the most important thing is rice.
Chef Duan. Hi, if you're watching.
Hi.
So check if you're in Hanoi.
Highly recommend it. She's the best.
I will link her page down there. Go to her.
We're so happy we found her.
Oh my God! Thanks to Eric to find her. Our organizer.
Travel agent.
I
guess that's what it is.
So everywhere we go, like she told us that
Tour organizer in Vietnam.
Yeah.
I'm the travel agent. He's
You're
the
the
tour
agent,
organizer. I found him and I told him what I wanted.
Yeah.
But definitely don't underutilize the fruits.
Like she told us that they don't eat dessert. Never. I mean, it's the thing that they don't. Historically, they don't eat dessert.
You know the dessert that we mostly got in Vietnam, because we took a bunch of tours and the food was included. You get little bananas, like they're amazing bananas. They
Yellow one.
They taste so good. Seriously, the best bananas ever.
Bright yellow flesh. I mean, bright yellow flesh, like unbelievable.
But the flavor a bit sourish and it's they're amazing.
But she told us that they never touch anything. And when we went to Sapa, I saw so many papaya trees, so many banana trees. And she told us, you know what, yes, we do have fruits here, but we never utilize it. And people were actually starving, and still, probably I bet some people did eat it, but the quantity, and they never cultivated it. And it was, for me, it was absolutely cultural shock. Because I'm interested in history, it's food development and how the food traveled from places to places, and I always think that that's always the rule. Apparently it's not always the rule.
And I wanted to hug papaya tree and just eat it all, just for me.
They had the papaya
yes,
tree.
they did.
And we went to the villages, and the villages they said, yeah, we don't have a lot of money. They actually, you can see that they don't have a lot of money and they struggle for food, and yet you have full trees of papayas next to them and full trees of bananas, and no one touches them, and it's like oops something fell, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and it was weird. But although you definitely see the influence of tourism in Vietnam, you definitely see that country is growing and more developed and everything. But the thing that you would get a lot in Vietnam and then in Philippines, and if you travel in the area for 2 months, you'll be exploding with rice. Exploding. Everywhere you get rice. It got to the point where like, I can't eat any more rice.
But
and in some places, they gave us fries instead. And they were like, you know, we like fries, but you know, we normally don't.
Actually, when we traveled in Europe and Greece, and etc., we were
overjoyed with.
No, overflow of.
I said overjoyed with fries too.
Like I couldn't stand in one place in Greece. Someone gave me rice. I was the happiest girl alive.
Exactly.
So it was like other way around.
But there, everything is with rice. Every meal is rice. You go to in Filipinos to Jollibee, you get a burger or fried chicken with rice wrapped like a burger.
Like a burger.
Like rice like a burger, but you just
sandwich.
steamed rice. And we're like, we can't.
As much as we love rice, but at some level it's not. So it was like funny things to do.
I know. I think I'm okay without rice for still a long while. I don't even miss it.
Like I miss not the white rice per se, but I miss the Korean rice that like very tasty inside those.
I'm okay for a few months without rice, or probably until the next travel without rice. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're so happy to get fries. Like it was like yeah.
And then we went keto, so no fries for us and no potato for us.
Oh, that's okay.
But
This is good one. This is amazing. You should try if you're in keto. Seriously, jicama. Since you discovered jicama, I was like,
the secret to jicama is to boil it. And as like I boiled it first time for 10 minutes, now I boiled it for 20 minutes, and I think I need to boil it for 30 minutes, full 30 minutes, and then bake it. I have a feeling.
I'm so happy she's cooking.
Yeah, I'm trying to tweak. Like if you will ask for recipe, I will make it, but I need to tweak the recipe because
It's a process.
it's a process. It's the texture thing. I want to get the texture right before I'm sharing the recipe with you. So yeah, I think we will finish for
Thank
today.
you, that was delicious. Thank you for
so
joining us
much.
and listening to our blah blah.
Yeah. Mwah. Let us know if you travel through Asia and what food you prefer and what food you love, and if you have access to this amazing food, because we do have access to every food we can imagine, like especially Asian.
Pretty much.
So yeah, thank you so very much, and please subscribe, write us a comment, thumbs up us, and cheers.
Love in life, and
And
remember,
remember,
go towards your joy and
do something fun every day.
yay. And we'll see you next time.
And
Bye.
make sure to go toward the joy. Bye.
Absolutely.
Mwah.